Okay, so I want to welcome everybody who found the time to join our webinar today in our busy schedule in current situations when we all expecting to hire more people next year and build our plans and strategies and budgets. So that is why we created this webinar with topics how actually to choose location correct for your goals with your budgets and expectations to build your new team next year and understand how it works, what kind of criteria better to understand before you start, how to choose your vendor or partner local correctly from what kind of service they are providing. So that is why I welcome you here with us. My name is Iva Kozlovska, and I'm a founder at Qubit Labs. And I would like to explain actually who we are and why we understand what we will talking about today correctly, because we are a staffing company and our service is to build teams from scratch for our customers in different locations with different technical stacks for different industries. So we have expertise with logistical, game dev, blockchain, and others. We have worked with a lot of technical stacks. We don't have a limit. We're pretty flexible with team size, so it can be one member or 100 members in your team. And we have global recruiting expertise, so we understand what is happening in different locations, how salary expectation changing every year because of dynamics of location, how many projects came to that countries. It will be a good explanation about some location we are working with and step-by-step process. What you need to understand about your goals and your expectation before you start to search your potential partner or to choose location for yourself. So actually make question what you need to answer for yourself. This all question what I hear on a call with our customers all the time, every call. That is why we decided to make this presentation and share with you answers or more famous questions. So what we need to understand before we start extend our team. We should hire a team. We need this team for long term or for short term, because this is a criteria how you choose your potential partner who will help you with hiring or who will help you with developers from how long you going to work with those teams. Like if you have short-term goals and you understand that you like on MVP stage, for example, and you need to launch MVP and you're not really ready to hire full-time and you don't need full-time team for a long term. So it's better to go, for example, to outsource who already have people on bench and they're able to provide you full cycle of development and take your documentation, make for you MVP and give you ready product. If we speak about long-term collaboration, when you're ready to extend your team for long-term and you want to stable your team for 1 year plus, better to go to outsourcing, because in this case you will be able to understand who you hire. You choose people not only from hard skills but from soft skills as well, who match your culture, who match your technical requirements, everything with who comfortable to communicate, time zones and others. So this is the criteria how you choose. You work with outsourcing or you work without staffing. How I can replace the developer if I don't like the performance? This is the main question when we're talking about outstaffing. All our customers, they have issue when they work before with recruiting agencies. So when recruiting charge you all the time when you replace person. In case without staffing, in one it works differently. And in this case, for example, in Qubit, you during our collaboration, we replace as much as you need without any additional cost. So, but in this question, you should understand which location work better and your replacement process will not be an issue potentially. if you're on a stage when you choose your technology, like nothing ready, you're on idea stage, and you try to choose technology better to use in your case, you should understand how many expertise with these technologies and where, so their replacement will not be an issue again. Because if it's limited technology or old technology or very new technology, it's a high possibility that there are not enough people who has experience you need. That is why after you need replacement, it will be an issue to find the person who will fit your expectations. That is why it will take more time than if we will consider more famous technologies. So this is a question you need to answer for yourself. Actually, if you're on MVP or on idea stage, outsourcing companies will able to advise you about which technical stack better to use in your case. So this consultation, as usual, from our practice, is usual free of charge. So if you don't know what to do with your idea or with your MVP, please search for outsourcing companies, and they will navigate you and advise you about what technology better for you in your product. Is it problems that my team will work in different time zone? From our experience, I want to tell you, if you are looking for different location to extend your team in different location, and you prefer to work with people who work with you with the same time zone, you should be more flexible. And my advice, it's a possibility to be more flexible in this case, because from our experience, time zone is not an issue, especially when we speak about our staffing service. Because when you hire people for you from scratch, you can negotiate time schedule with them from scratch, and people will understand their different working schedule from standard in their location. For example, if in, let's imagine Poland, they work from 9 up to 6 or 7. So you can negotiate with people you hire from scratch. If you're in US, for example, and you want to spend more time, business hours with your team who in Europe, so we negotiate that their working schedule will start later than at 9 a.m. So they start later, finish later, and you have more business hours together to spend, to communicate, to meet all your inside processes like stand-up meetings and everything. So it's not an issue, but this is what we need to discuss from scratch when you start to hire. So you're able to consider different locations, and time schedule and time zone shouldn't be an issue, but it's up to you, of course. What option do I have if I need to extend my team fast? This what I already told you about replacement issues as well. The same situation, that when you choose where you hire, if you, for example, want to focus just on one location, not because you're able to hire from different locations same time, but if you prefer to focus on one location, before you start hire there, you should understand how many experienced people exist in that location. So that will be a possibility that if you need to extend your team very fast, it will not be an issue, because there are a lot of people who will fit your expectations. And also, we should, in this case, understand your budget. Before you choose location, you should to understand economical situation in that location and what salary expectations there, and if you have enough budget to hire there. Because if your budget will be less than salaries in that location you choose, is a high possibility that you will spend more time for recruitment. Of course, it's possible, nothing impossible to hire, but it will take more time for you to hire new team members, just because your offer will be less than market. So that's the criteria why we should to understand where we will able to extend our team fast, how long it will take to complete the team. This is my favorite question, actually, because all of these answers on this question depends on you. Like, as usual, companies, for example, in Qubit Labs, we're able to provide you candidates in the first 1 week of recruiting. candidates who already was on our first selection call, candidates who are ready to and open to communicate with you and go to next stage of recruiting or doing technical task or something. And all depends from how fast you react. All depends how fast you give us feedback, or not, different companies, how fast you're able to give feedbacks about CVs, how you're available in your time schedule to schedule interview faster, and how you make decision. Like if it's fast decision and you don't have process by like 5 stages of interviews plus a couple of technical tasks, of course it will take more time. If we will compare with companies who are more flexible and fast, especially startups, they now understand perfectly who they need and they make decision fast. That is why how long it will take, it depends on you. It can take 2 weeks to complete a couple of small team, 1 month to build middle-sized team. But if you have long process and a lot of stages, it can take like 3+ months. But all depends on how fast you work, how big team you need, and how flexible you are in location. Because of course, if you choose just one location, it always limit of expertise there. If we will be flexible in this case and can consider a lot of locations in the same time, in this case, of course, recruiting will be faster. It will be more candidates than in one location, and you will be able to complete your team pretty fast. And other questions, because very unique situation from our customers. So that is why if you have question we didn't cover on this slide, please, you can free to contact us and we can have free consultation call with you and try to find for you best solution from what you are looking for. So I would like to go to our next slide. What you need to understand before start looking for solution. Do I need full-time team? This very serious question, because some companies, they need just help with development. So they don't need full-time long-term team. They need maybe long-term team, just not full-time, because they don't have enough tasks for them to work full-time with them. So you should understand that if you invest in increasing your team and hire more people, you will be able to give them technical tasks or other tasks that they will be fully booked and they will be able and have enough tasks to work with you full-time. In case, if you don't understand your situation, you can make estimation with outsourcing companies and they will advise you how long it will take to fix something in your product or to add something to your product, so you will understand how many people and how many hours of those people you need for your goals. Of course, if you speak about long-term collaboration, like our staffing model, even in this case, you have an option to hire a person for part-time work with you for long term. So you should understand that you have enough tasks for people to hire them full-time. Do I have time to recruit from scratch? That is the case, like a difference between outsourcing and outstaffing, that outsourcing already has bench and they're able to provide you people fast. Like they have people who are ready to start ASAP. And if you have some kind of task you need to do now because of your sprint or because of your negotiation with investor, and you're not able to spend time to hire people from scratch, this is perfectly fine. Just you should understand that in this case, outsourcing companies is the best fit for you because they already have bench, and you will not waste your time for recruiting if you don't need people for a long term. If you speak about our staff, this is the main point, that this is long-term collaboration. That is why in this case you have big plus to choose people with who you would like to work. But in this case you need to spend time for recruiting. We already discussed how many time it can be, but just you should understand correctly that if you ready to spend time to hire perfect team for you, you go to outstaffing. If you don't have time to hire from scratch and you need people now or yesterday, like it's usually happening, so better to go to outsourcing because they already have people on the bench and can help you really, really fast. For how long will I need to help the team? So this is just your individual estimation for how long you need a team. If you have understanding that you need a team like for 6 months, there's no reason to waste your time for recruiting, to be honest with you, because like 6 months is process, it's not that long, and better to go to outsource where they already have people. But if you understand that you need people 1 year plus, it's long-term collaboration, and in this case, better to be on the same page with your team. So better to hire from scratch with hire people who motivated by your product, by your technology you are using on your product, and they will be totally involved in development and be more effective for long-term perspectives. Do I want to have a team, or do I need help with development? This is main concern. If you should understand, if you want to have your team, you should be able to manage your team, because in our staffing model, you can or manage team yourself, or additional to your developers, hire project manager full-time or part-time who will help you to manage the team. But as some cases in our stories of communication with the customers, then companies need to hire team or replace their team, for example, but they don't know how to manage technical teams because they don't have technical CTO, for example, in-house. So in this case, you should understand, will I be able to manage my team by myself or no? And if no, should I have project manager full-time or half-time, part-time? Like if it's small team, for example, up to 8 people, half part-time project manager will be more than enough. If it's more, of course, it's better to invest and hire full-time project manager who will help you with managing your team. If you have an issue and you don't have technical person in-house who can help you with this task. But if you have CTO, you are in the perfect situation. But even here, you should understand, should you have project manager or you don't need project manager and you're able to manage team directly by yourself. Am I ready to manage my team by myself? Yes, like we already discussed this. Again, it's just top what we found from conversation with our customers. That is why maybe you have unique question or unique situation. You're free to connect us and we will help you. We'll try to help you. So how to choose correct location for technical team setup? What we should to understand. Time zone. If I'm flexible that my team will be in different time zones, so it will be not full day communication with them, like not 8 hours communication with them, it will be like 5 hours or 4 hours, even depends on time zone difference. But that is the case if you're looking for low budget location. It's the case that possible you will have different time zone with your team, so you should understand how you will manage this situation. But from what I said, it's not an issue. Local partner, what's supposed to mean? Like, of course, if you go with outsource or outstaff, you need in different locations, you need to understand with who you will work, who will help you to complete team is that location, who will understand mentality in that location, budgets in that location, even recruitment stages in the location, because in all location, different practice, like for some location, 5 stages of recruiting is perfectly fine. For some locations, it's too much. And after third of stage, candidate not ready to go for first or fifth stage. That is why we should understand culture and their practice, which will fit candidate expectations as well. So in any case, you should have, if you don't have branch in that location, you should have local partner who will advise you and navigate you to hire your team in that specific location. So when you search for partner, you can search from location as well to be sure that that vendor have experience in the specific location you're looking for, and you choose for yourself. Mentality, like corporate, this is supposed to be corporate culture, and even culture in general. If we speak about long-term collaboration, it's very important that you will not have any issue with communication with your team. And because like if you feel not comfortable to communicate with your team, in outstaffing, you speak with your team directly. Yes, you have project. Obviously, maybe you will have project manager, but maybe you will not have project manager or will manage your team directly. So it's very important that you feel comfortable in communication with your team, and your team understand you correctly, understand your goals, your prioritizations, and tasks as well. Budget is main focus when we choose location, because if you have limit of budget, you can always find an option. Just you should understand that maybe you should to find a compromise if you have less budget than market budget. And also some locations, like our customer expected that some locations will be with less budget, like a cost-effective location. But after we discover those locations and make the research about salaries and economic situation and dynamics, we'll be able to see that no, it's not a cost-effective location. It's pretty much expensive location, and that is why maybe it's not an option for you if, again, budget is a criteria for you. Risk about like developer work with you full time without any freelance. Who will protect your data and confidential information? If it's replacement, will I be able to find person with the same budget potentially and fast, of course, because no one wants to have a gap with development process. And other risks, what you can see for your team. So again, if you want, we can contact with us and discuss what kind of risk it can be, and or your local partner should to navigate you what kind of risk it can be to hire people in that location. So how to plan your budget for technical team? There is some tips for you guys. I hope it will be helpful. That's our experience. So that's how we work. That is why we know exactly that it's worked perfectly fine. And we advise you maybe to follow the stages for you as well. So salary research. Before you choose location, you should understand real situation in the local market and understand how the situation was changed. This point for salary rates, how the situation changing every year. I will give you an example. We have in our list of locations, we have Romania, like an option for customer to hire there. And Romania now is a very famous location and become very famous location like a couple of years ago. And if we will compare our research, salary research from 2022 and 2024, situation very much different. Like, for example, in 2022 in Romania, you had opportunity to find DevOps engineer with salary 6,000 and included taxes. And now the same person with the same expertise in this same location cost 10,000, like almost twice increasing salaries. That is why when we choose for us location to hire, we should understand how salary was changed last years and to understand dynamic how it will change next year as well, because it can be different situation when a lot of companies will come to the same location, and of course salary expectation will be higher than it was before. So we should understand that if we choose this location is stable for our budgets. Yes, we have some risk like 10-15% if like salary increase for our team or something, but not like 40%, because that can be a case case that after 1 year, salary will be much more higher than it was before, and your people will just leave company because they will receive offers with twice bigger salary. And you should understand that, are you able to pay twice bigger salary or no? So this is the risks, what you should understand. Technical experts. And what's I supposed to mean? Like, all location have a lot of, like, all location in our list have a lot of technical experts, but we're able to see, because we're making research a lot, we're able to see dynamics that some location focus on like fintech expertise, some location focus in game dev expertise. So from your industry and for your technical stack, you should to choose location where a lot of people with your technical stack, not only a lot of people who work in IT. Like what we are doing for our customer, we take job description or technical stacks, we choose location from budgets or time zone expectations, and we're making the research and show to our customers, like, okay, in this location, 1,000 people with expertise you're looking for. In this location, 100 people. So obviously you should to go to location where 1,000 people, because it's high possibility to hire great expert, and it will not be any issue with replacement or extend your team. Then budgets. Budget is more important for everybody. We know last year everybody focused on the budget very much, but as I already mentioned, not all location you expect it to be cheapest, not cheap. I will show you an example on my last slides. I will show you an example of location. Our customers was expecting that it's cheap location, cost effective, and they prefer to hire there. But after our research, we can see that no, it's like not cost effective location. Yes, it's great expertise. They have a lot of people with strong experience, but it's not about cost effective. It's about something else. So level of expertise. Here we should to understand that some companies, they focus on only seniors, for example. But for example, you want senior, but you have low budget, less than market. Let's imagine you want to have good location, a stable location, secure location, but your budget less than market, but you need senior. In this case, you have an option to mix your team and potentially even save money, because you will hire not all seniors. You are able to hire some people seniors, some people junior, and seniors will mentor junior for your team. So that's how you can save your budget, but choose great location for you and for your investors, for example, because location for investors as usually is important as well. So in this case, you have an options, but you should understand for yourself what kind of technical task you have for those people, and is it okay if you will have juniors but seniors who will mentor juniors, or it's critical for you to have best top specialists on the market. This is up to you, of course, but in any situation, we're able to find compromise, and other, of course, as usual. So this is actually an example of our research, how it looked like, and how you should to do it for yourself before you choose where you extend your team. This is research for Europe. Here is example of not only European countries, but you can see. So we take a list of budget of what we have in our list standard. If you have additional location you would like to consider for yourself, it's not a problem. You give us and we add to our list. We give you information about salary and about how many people in that location. Like in Ukraine or something like this, how many people with Golang or React.js, or how many DevOps is there with your cloud expertise or QAs, doesn't matter for us. So you will see salaries and you will see how many people there. So you will understand expertise and how easy it will be to find the replacement in that location. And this is actually a good example for location which was our customer expected that it's low cost location and they want to hire in that region. It's amazing region. We have partners there and we have great experience. But as you can see, it's not about cost-effective location. All of those countries, they have pretty much, if we can back to previous slide, European countries, I personally don't see a big difference between these numbers. So this is the situation about expertise and time zone, actually. If you from US and you want nearshore developers working with your time zone or not big different with your time zone, this is your regional. But if you're more flexible with time zone, this is your regional. But it's of course up to you. I hope this information was helpful, and now maybe you will try to answer all of those questions. Everybody who registered on our webinar will receive this video, and if you will have additional questions, please feel free to connect us. Here is a QR with my calendar. You can book a call in time you have. And also, if you want to have that kind of research for you, it's free of charge for our potential customers and customers, like it's free of charge. Just connect us and we will prepare individual research for your goals and with your technical stack with that location, or we advise you, or you have some specific in your mind you would like to check. So thank you everybody who came. And I hope to meet with you on our next webinars. And please, I hope you will use this information for you, like a step-by-step list to choose your options to extend your team. Thank you so much for your time. Have a great day or evening. Depends on